afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Operator Nexxus. This is Transport Fever, Episode 10. You join me right here, following along Fail Lines Incorporated, as you see that the orange train has started to get very old. We're just outside Tiverton, about ready to make a passenger stop, and I noticed when I started up that this thing has been carrying maximum passengers for probably for several years now, probably the better part of almost a decade, and we've pretty much ignored it and just let it kind of run as a thing and do its thing. But we're going to upgrade that line today because we're going to make it a bigger train. We're not going to change the color or anything. We're just going to upgrade it so they can haul more passengers. As you can see, there are 124 passengers waiting to go the other way. And there have been a lot of passengers waiting to go the other way for a long time. Same down here. There's quite a few passengers. We're only carrying 48 at a time each way, and there's quite a few more passengers that would like to get on to destinations. I probably can't say the same up here. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, just about by the time another train gets there, well, the train is leaving. Okay, so a train has just picked up 48 passengers, and there's still 51, so that's a whole nother train load. So rather than put another train on that line, which you don't like to do because it's only 3 cities, there should only be 2 trains. That's my motto. So that's what we're going to do for starters, and then we'll also take a look at, this seems to be getting out of control too, so we might have to do some upgrades on these trains as well, because first of all, we're not shipping enough food back and forth, or back from over here into this place, and there's 3 trains on that line, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's 3 trains. Oh, one of those is only carrying 7. That's odd. Why would I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Okay, well, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how that happened, but we'll fix that. Anyway, we're gonna have to upgrade this too because this place isn't getting enough food shipped out, and neither is this over here. So these things, as much as they don't really cost us anything, they're not making us anything either. I don't even think they're really shipping much. Yeah, 7 of 65. Yeah, that's 11%. That's not cutting it. God forbid, who knows how much it's actually getting out here to Castleford? None. And there's an actual train that is waiting for a full load to ship out here, so it's not costing us an arm and a leg. Which means that tells me that they're not getting shipped fast enough, so we're gonna have to do something about that. So we'll be working on that today too. So first of all, let's go back over here. Oh, let's see. We wanted to do, yeah, fail lines. Just took me a minute. Alright, so we're gonna delete this and then click here. I'm surprised it didn't take a whole heck of a long time. Usually it takes a while. So got you. That's what we're using now, right? Yeah, that's what we're using now. 50, 521 horsepower, 155 grand a year. 34. Let's see if there's anything better out there. 37, 50. Oh, fictional. Okay. 50, 585. $56,612. 184,000 a year. 1.1 million per. There's the PLM. It's really slow though. I'd rather not go down in speed. That's 56. More thinking along something like this. Your current is what? 521. It wouldn't be much different. But we might need something a little more. So we're gonna no, well, let's try it. Let's look at it first before we make any decision. Let's add one. We can't use these wagons, so we gotta remember that. 27 tons, 16 passengers, 62 miles per hour, 60 miles an hour, 45, 60, 56, 50, one passenger, really? 80 miles an hour, wow. We're gonna run into this problem again. 50 miles an hour, carries 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not gonna work. I wonder if these will work. They're 10 miles an hour faster than the locomotive, but that's, I think that'd be alright. Just means maybe they'll push a little faster because they can go a little faster. So 12, 24, 36, 48. That's what we got currently. 60. We'll go with that for now. We'll go with 60. We're at current 48. We'll take it. All right. 72. Replace. 6.26 million. We got the money. Let's just replace it. Yeah, I'm not gonna send them back to a depot just to replace them. The whole train is. The engines are just as old as the carriages at this point. So, I mean, look how, you know. Let's look. Like, look how old and rusted they are. I mean, they're just as old as the engine. They came out at the same time. They were the first train on this line. So we're just you know, they'll auto replace at the station. However, it didn't keep the color. Yeah, it did. Okay, well, I guess that's the new orange. I can't say that I'm real impressed. That's, yeah, I don't know what that is, folks. Excuse me, got kind of a cold, I'm getting kind of a cold. I'm praying that, it doesn't turn into anything nasty. Everybody lately seems to have been getting sick, but I'm hoping that that's not the case. But yeah, that seems to be the new orange, and I really don't, it's hideous. I don't like it. I'm gonna change it, no. What about this one? Oh, that one's kind of better. I don't know if we're gonna, I don't know if we're gonna use that engine. Oh, that's, no. Oh, that's white? Okay. That's peach, apparently. Okay, well, we'll make it this color for now, and if there are any complaints, then I'll change it back to another engine that can actually come back as orange, because, yeah, that's pretty hideous. I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, we'll let that run for a minute, and we need to come over here, and we need to figure out what we're gonna do with these. It's still only 1892. What I could do is I could put a little bit of time lapse in the middle, you know, and just kind of let it run for a minute until you know, a few years pass and we get some, you know, unlock some better stuff. You guys see some pork barrels over there on the right. Actually, we were supposed to do that. So now that I've reminded myself of that, let's pay back some of that. So let's put it on high speed. Alright, I need to get... Okay. So how I understand that this works is it's one of these barrels and then delete it and then one of these, right? Okay. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then delete. Right? Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now we've paid back pretty much like, I don't know, like 10, 12 million and back into the barrels. And we'll do that in every city that we had those in. Some of the cities I used as guinea pigs, and I just kind of, you know, like this. This wasn't really used for this city per se. It was more used for setting this up, for setting up the goods route. But either way, it all works out the same. All right, so we do need to look at these things. I know it is going at high speed, but we do need the money to come in, especially if we're going to change this around. Well, let's close it and find out what that was. That's interesting. The Prussian S3K PEV. The railway procured a total of 1,027 locomotives of its class up to 1904. And they were stabled at almost all locomotive depots. Okay. Dubbed the P4 class. So it goes 62 miles per hour. And it's got 748 horsepower. So I think we should use that for the goods route. So let's get that going. I've never seen one of those before. It should look pretty nice. Let's see. And then we want something that'll haul food. It's food, but it looks like bread to me. So something that'll haul bread. Thank you, autosave, as well as grain and cattle. But that goes fairly, that's only 40, that would slow it down. 50. It carries livestock, it doesn't carry grain though. $12, $10. Oh, we could use the Naffies. 1890 state car, it carries everything. Let's use the Naffies. So it goes faster than the engine, of course. Oh, so 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, 110. Okay, let's try that with that engine. It's probably going to cost more than we've got. Oh yeah, it's going to cost 18.4 million. Ooh. I don't know if we should. I don't even know if we should attempt that. We'd have to take out a $10 million loan. Let's let it run for a moment, and that's what we'll do. We'll let it run for a moment and build up some money, and I will be right back. Alright, so we've just about got the money together now to be able to upgrade the cargo lines, so, or at least for the food and the cattle and grain. So we're going to do that now that we've arrived here in Sittingbourne on the passenger line. Hello, passenger line. Yellow line, yellow line. Okay, so let's go back over here. Almost got the money, so let's go back into fast speed, quick speed again. Made 3.84 million last year, 3.03 million the year before, 1.847, 2.13. Oh, it's dropped again. Anyway, we've made over $1 million this year so far, and I would imagine that by the end of the year we're probably going to have enough money. Yeah, see, it's already 17.4. It just depends on what the hit is at the end of the year. 500,000 or so, or 700-something thousand. What's the running cost? Under 9 million so far, and our income is almost 14 million. Just under 14 million. 14 million last year, just on 9.6 running, 2 million in running costs last year. Okay, so the year's over. We made 3.69 million last year in profit. Our income was 14.1, and our running costs are 9.9. So we're still making more money than is going out, which is awesome. Which means here in a couple of months we should see an increase, and we should have enough money to upgrade. We need to upgrade because the faster we upgrade, the faster that we're gonna start making more money off this cargo line. Train 10 has reached its lifetime. Yeah, well, it's gonna have to wait. It's not red yet. It'll be alright. It's just warning me, but a year or so before. We need 18 point something. 18.6. Ah, it just took it away from us. We just had it. Got it. Okay. Thank you, autosave, right there as we purchased that. I didn't want to borrow any loan. We're down 1.31. We're down 18.4 million, 18 million, but that's because it was our profit. It was our company money. We're not really down anything. I mean, we're broke for a minute, but it's not the end of the world. We still have probably a $30 million loan that we could borrow if that actually was going to cause us trouble, but I'm confident that it's not going to cause us any trouble. We legitimately paid off the loan, by the way, just like we're going to legitimately pay off the pork barrels. It was just easier to pay off the loan. I didn't want to take any more pork barrels. It was an earlier episode I mentioned that I didn't want to take any more pork barrels, so I just borrowed the loan. And then I ended up paying the loan back as I made profit. So we've probably got probably around a $30 million loan that the bank is probably willing to loan to us at this moment. I would say we've got about 30 million in infrastructure. All right, now look. Now look. 110. Yes. Mediocre. We could probably put a couple more wagons on there, but we'll leave it for now. 110 is that's a nice healthy number, especially for the fact that it's only supplying, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's supplying about 8 towns, but there's 3 trains on there, so it's not bad. It's not too shabby. What were you stopped for? I'm unsure why you were stopped. Maybe it was because of the other train that was passing. Who knows? But now we should start to see an increase in these trains not sitting here waiting for as long as they normally wait for. Yeah, 2.43 million for that one delivery for that one train. So we're looking at almost 700,000, or I'm sorry, we're looking at almost 7 million per drop off for each of these trains on this line when it gets here. Yeah, that's yeah, see, now he's full and he's like, hey, I can go. As much as they're kind of making money, the longer they have to sit there, the less money they're gonna make. He's not making any money at all. That's sad. And I don't need any carts or anything yet. And he didn't bring back much food, but that's because there wasn't much food waiting. Now look, there's, oh my god, there's a crap ton of food waiting. 1897, we can go back down to ×2 speed because we pretty much accomplished what we needed to accomplish there. That's the train hauling. That's hauling it now. That's a nice little locomotive. I like that. I want to change the color. Can we make it look good in blue? No, it doesn't show up in blue. Does it show up in black? Nope. Wait, is it just the front of it that highlights? Nope, maybe you can't color it. I can color the cars, obviously. Okay, well that's a nice little paint job. I mean, I like it. It is a nice little copperish rustic color with some nice painted red wheels. And some black. I mean, it is a nice color. I just wonder if we can change the color, but that's fine. We don't have to. Just leave it the way that it is. It's a nice little train. I like that. Not exactly sure. I wasn't exactly sure who the modder was. I'll go back and look, and I'll give him a shout out in the next video because that's a nice little engine. I like that. I also like that it didn't crash my game. So kudos to the modder who made that. All right, let's see. What's this guy carrying? How much you carrying? Ooh, 40. Nice. That's better than what it was. Oh yeah, we're getting. See, Cattle's already got 32 waiting, and that's just because he doesn't have any more to process. It's gonna be a minute. But it's gonna be nice. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, maybe it was just the way that it. I don't know. Something we probably just accepted because we didn't want to faff with it. How much you got waiting for you? What are you? You are Tiverton. Oh, you're filling up and you're out of here, bro. You too, probably here in a minute. Yeah, you guys are. It's pretty nice, pretty well looking. All right. Well, now that that's taken care of for the moment, we need to go. We're not gonna be able to do anything about it, but I was looking at it a little bit earlier. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about this. Obviously, we're gonna have to. It's already told us that we need to update the train. It's probably, yeah, he's in the red now, but we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that next time. We made 8 million, a little over 8 million so far this year. Even after we spent all that money, so it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. All right, so yeah, so I promised you guys last time that at the end of this episode that I was going to show you my follow-along Let's Play with the Colonel on the main line, and with his permission, I have permission to upload just basically upload. I'll show you and take you on a tour of what I've done. I've tried to follow him exactly, but you know, sometimes the placement of stuff isn't always exactly where the other person placed it. You just kind of have to guesstimate. So anyway, I'll show you that after this, and I've been Operator Nexxus. I hope you enjoyed this one like as much as I did. If you like this one, please leave me a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you'd like. And if you don't want to miss the next one, please subscribe with the red button so that you get notified. And if you would also share these videos out. And then I will catch you guys next time. So stick around to see the tour of the main line. Peace out. Hello, if you stuck around, this is the mainline tour. I'm following the Colonel Failure in his Let's Play series. This is his design. He gets full credit for this. I have just tried to set it up as best I could to what he has done. Unfortunately, there have been differences because I could not set it up exactly the same way because of, you know, just lining up you know, the exact centimeters of the terrain. It's almost impossible to do. But I've done my best, and so I'm going to take you on a little tour of that. I have permission to put this up there from the Colonel himself, so I just wanted to show this. So this is Pleasant View. That's the cargo stations outside. This is another one with a train waiting. 2 trains waiting. One's going one way, one's going the other way. I say he's probably picking up the cattle. And we'll go back down into, this is Shermer. Over here to the train is actually arriving with some stuff on board. Going to be picking up quite a bit of stuff here too, probably. No, we probably shouldn't be picking up anything. Honestly. We should be dropping stuff off though. Alright, so that's Asgard over here. Now, my trains have to go through this little tunnel. And then into this, and then out from here and into this tunnel around. This, Colonel, I don't know how hard this was for you to set up. And I don't even know if they actually look the same, but this was a flippin' nightmare, let me tell you, sir. I couldn't get it to work at all. Anything good. Now it does. It comes into here and leaves and goes back out the other way. It's flippin' awesome, but setting it up, it was trouble. Anyway, it goes around. Actually, there's a train on it now. Let's jump on it real quick. I'm not real fond of those walls. So we come out here, out of that tunnel from around over there, and then it pretty much just connects up like yours does over here. And so we got a little bit of wood still waiting. Looks like most of the wood's been transported out here. There used to be a lot of wood, like there was this coal. Anyway, this is Hogsmeade. I did a little bridge right here underneath the tracks. Works out pretty well. I'm sure the citizens aren't happy about it. That's alright, I don't care. It makes me money. Into Mega City 1. We'll follow the track around here. This whole setup was incredibly expensive. At a certain point, I didn't want to use pork barrels anymore, so I let the game run. I'm like 100 years ahead of the Colonel and aspect of time. The maps, I'm pretty much exactly where he's at building, but yeah, I'm about 100 years ahead, and that's because I wanted to pay off the loan that I took out in order to avoid pork barrels, and because I didn't want to borrow any more pork barrels. So I just waited like 50 years for everything to become really profitable, and then I paid for it the rest of it myself. As it's going right now, if I don't continue to run it on high speed, I probably will need to take out more loan in order to get the more infrastructure in. But I probably got, you know, this whole setup's probably worth about $200 million, so I'm just not even worried about having to take out a loan or anything. So this is Mos Eisley. As much as we just passed Miranda. Yeah, this was expensive getting this station down in here like this, and even furthermore the tunnels through these giant mountains. Into Mos Eisley. It's growing, but it's not growing great. We'll work on that later. This is Alpha Complex. This was set up before the Colonel did his episode because I wasn't sure how he was going to do it. The only part I didn't do was from Alpha Complex into all the rest of this. I did Alpha, Mos Eisley to Miranda, and then I stopped because I wasn't sure how we were going to tackle the mountains. It's a long tunnel. It was very expensive. And this is New York. This is Hill Valley. This is Minas Tirith. It's growing pretty well. This is an incredibly expensive bridge for the fact that there's only 1 or 2 trains running across it right now. Into Atlantis, where we were in the last and the Colonel's last episode. This is the little train running everything back and forth. There's the freight train. It's empty. It's carrying 8. That's made us 3 minutes. Lost us some money this year, but that's okay. We're still afloat. Back into Pleasant View. And then there's also there's the Hogsmeade line into Trumpton, into Pseudopolis, and up to Atlantis. And then there's this stuff going on over here from the very beginning that's still going. And so yeah, that's my follow along for Colonel Failure's mainline series in Transport Fever. If you've followed this one for me, my series, and you haven't stopped by his series, you should check out his channel. Anyway, that's been all for today, guys. I've been Operator Nexxus, and this has been Transport Fever. And I will catch you guys on Wednesday in the next episode. Peace out.